Face the challenge of the Funhouse. Who is mad enough to enter that world of darkness?
Something is alive in the Funhouse. Something not alive like its father. Something better dead. Something that has the form of a human, but not the face.
This better be good.
It's gonna be great. Something that feeds off the flesh and blood of young innocents.
Come on, here we go. This is it.
Something that tonight will turn the Funhouse into a carnival of terror.
I don't know what that thing is. Don't try to do it. I just want to get the hell out of here.
The Funhouse, coming soon from Universal Pictures. The Funhouse. It's a carnival of terror from Tobe Hooper, the director who terrified you with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hey, everybody, and good afternoon. Welcome to 31 Days of Monsters. I'm your host, Graham Nolan, and today we are on day 11. Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse. Now, this movie holds a special place in my heart. I saw it at the movie theater, and I saw it on a date, like a double date also. And my girlfriend, it kind of looked like the girl, Amy, I think it is, who is the protagonist in this film. I haven't seen it since then. Watched it last night and really enjoyed it. You know, it's sort of a thriller monster movie, not a slasher film. And yeah, there's some problems here, but I thought it's a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. And the Rick Baker makeup on Gunther, that's the freak character, is really cool. You know, everything Rick Baker does is really cool. And I remember when he got unmasked, you know, I was like, whoa, that dude's fucked up. I like this. I like the actors in it. I thought, you know, it's a slow burn, but I find that you get invested in it, you know, like, because it's almost like you're at the carnival. We've all been to these county fairs and carnivals and stuff like that. And I thought that, you know, as we watch them going around the fair and doing these things, you know, you feel like you're part of it, you know. Hold on, I'm going to just, I see my internet signal's really low. I'm going to switch it, but I hope, maybe I better not. If I switch the internet, it might pop me off the stream. If I'm lagging, let me know. Somehow it skipped and went to a different internet, went to a 2G instead of the 5G. Anyway, I feel like you become immersed in the story at the fair. The problem I have with the movie is the kid, the brother. First we meet him, and this kid's like a psychopath. He's like Michael Myers in the beginning of Halloween, and he really has no purpose into the story. You know, he follows the girl to the funhouse, sees that, you know, she's not coming out and everything. All of a sudden, he's traumatized, and his parents come to pick him up. He doesn't say anything, and there's no resolution between him and the sister or anything. So what was the purpose of that? Just didn't seem to have a. Uh-oh. Says no camera. See, the screen is black for anyone else? Oh, but you can hear me, huh? All right, let's try this. I'm going to switch over the internet, and let's see if it'll kick me off. Huh. Did you guys see the trailer that when I first went live? I understand you guys can't hear me now or can't see me, but did you see the trailer? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Wrathchild. Good. All right. So that's the only visual you need right now. I'm not gonna switch it over to the 5G right now, because if I do that, I think I'm gonna lose the stream, and I have to start it all over, and then we'll be in trouble, because then I have to put a new link out and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping to go fishing this afternoon. By the way, it's halfway decent out there. Sunny, a little windy and cool, but I might cut away and try and get some fishing in before the season's over. So I don't want to prolong this and have to redo it again later on. So anyway, you can hear my dulcet tones. That's good enough for this right now. And I like this movie. I'm curious what you guys thought of it. It's not a slasher film. It's certainly no Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But on the strength of this, Tobe Hooper got Poltergeist, from Steven Spielberg. So I think that's kind of cool. This place takes place in Florida too. That was the other thing. I lived in Florida at the time when I was on the date to see this movie, and it was like very, very. It worked for me on a lot of levels. So that's my opinion of it. I would give this a solid 6. I'm not going to watch it all the time, but it's better than average. I thought it was fun. The carnies in this movie are like the worst people in the world. And another thing, talking about the kid, he had no purpose, and he's walking. He skips out of the house and he walks over to the carnival. And some dude pulls up in a truck randomly, asks him if he wants to give him a ride, and he pulls out a gun and points it to the kid, and then starts laughing. It's like, what is this? Well, what's the purpose of that? Yeah, the whole thing with the kid. Dragon Dancer says, just did they model the brothers' room after Graham's? I know, right? That little Frankenstein action figure that he had, I have that. It's in my studio. And I love the posters, the Glenn Strange Frankenstein and the Lon Chaney Wolfman. But who hangs a poster on the inside of their closet? All right, let's say hey to the chat here. Our Enosh is here. Dan Genovese, Dr. Masks Retro Elixir is here. And he reminds you while you're waiting to sign up for Escape from Monster Island, which launches Tuesday. Please do that. Link is in the chat. JP Roca asks his question, what's good? Funhouse. Funhouse is good. Chris Juliano says those northern lights were awesome yesterday. Supposedly we will be able to see them again tonight. Yeah, I took pictures and posted it on Facebook of the northern lights that we saw here in Western New York. And they actually it looks cooler through your camera than it did to the naked eye. When you take the picture, it's got that longer exposure, and boy, you get to see all kinds of cool shit. Rob Fellows is here. Pity Ma is here as well. And says, love the Funhouse. Watch it every year. Very cool. Leg kick 1. Oh, where is the Children of the Damned streaming for free? Well, we're watching the 95 version. Not sure where you can get that for free. This particular, the one we just watched last night, I watched on. I have various subscriptions, so I had Shutter, and it was on Shutter. So I don't know if Children of the Dam is on there, or check the freebie sites like Pluto and Freevee and all that kind of stuff. You may just have to rent it. You know, it's probably a $3.99 rental on Amazon. Gen X Catholic said this one seemed to be on TV all the time when I was a kid. Freaked me out. Am I the only one who saw it in the theaters? Uh, Dr. Mass says, "Well, I the only one that knew Richie was going to be the first one to buy the farm as soon as I saw the guy? Absolutely not. He had three things going for him. You knew he was going to die. Well, four things, actually. Shitty personality, wise guy. His name is Richie. He wears a sweater around his neck, and he's wearing glasses. So those four things, if you're used to watching 80s horror movies, you knew this guy was toast." Rob Fellows with his quote, "I hate people who preach, especially in bathrooms." Dragon Dancer, how big was that funhouse? It must have been soundproof too. That's a very good point. Uh, it was like, you know how these things are when you go to these county fairs. Everything is about as long the length of a tractor trailer, you know, and as wide because that's what they are. They haul them in like that. This thing was like the evil Disney World version. You know, it went on for acres. They're running around here. There's upper levels, lower levels. In fact, there's a living space underneath it. You know, so it was crazy. Yeah, I know you guys can't see me. Camera's not off. Because you guys got to see the trailer. It has to do with the internet right now. I'm on the somehow it flipped over to 2G instead of 5G, and if I flip it back, I'm going to lose the signal, and we'll lose the show, and I'll have to reboot it and send new links and all that kind of stuff more. So we just got to suffer through it. You can't see my handsome face. I'm sorry. Take the lens cover off. Ha ha ha. Last 20 minutes was the only part that held my attention, says Cigar Gangster. Black Ice wants to know what I usually catch up in the Northeast. Well, Lake Erie is a huge smallmouth bass lake. So I catch that. I fish from the shore because I sold my boat years ago stupidly. So at this point, at this point I'll be lucky if I catch anything. It's late in the season. The water's cold. I'm just going because it's going to be a nice day, and you just never know what you might hook. Sometimes you'll catch drums, but I'm not really expecting to catch anything. It's just an excuse to be by the water in the sun and smoking a cigar. So that's all I need. Rob says the circus guy was stroking the kid's face when the parents turned up. They seemed stoned and unconcerned. Well, we know the mother was. She was drinking straight bourbon back at the house. So, she's an alcoholic. Yeah, and it was sort of creepy. It's like, what's this guy's deal with this kid? And what happened to that kid? Why did he end up in this catatonic state? I don't remember seeing anything happening to him. So, like, did something get cut out? Seems like we're missing a piece of narrative there. Wolf and Bear says was watching White Zombie the other night, 1932. Bela Lugosi had all the grain and scratches. It's a slow film, but it's a classic film. Lugosi's awesome in it. The Halpern brothers produced that. It's the first zombie picture. James Hunsinger wants to know if there's any plans to have Shanth back on the show during the month. Yeah, we'll have Shanth back on. We still got another 3 weeks to go. So we'll have plenty of opportunities. And we are going to do a watch party one of these nights. So I just got to find a decent movie. We don't want to repeat Bride of the Gorilla, do we? So, okay. That's it for the chat. Since I am blacked out, can't show anything. I guess what we'll do is we'll just sign off for today, and we will see Children of the Damned tomorrow. I'll make sure that I'm on my 5G network so we don't lose the camera. But until then, my friends, I hope you guys have a great day, and we will catch you tomorrow. You have a good